Networking is an essential skill in both business and personal development. In the Core 4 of Networking segment, I break down the key practices for building strong, lasting relationships. Do you know about the Core 4 of Networking? Can you tell me what they are? They're right there on the screen, but when I go and I ask people in person, 50-50. We'll see what happens, though. Anyhow, I'm going to show you a short clip to get you up to speed on the Core 4 of Networking. Let me do that. Stand by. What's up? I'm here with Al to give you guys another networking tip. We've given you 3 so far, and today we're going to give you a 4th. But before we do, let's recap. What's the first thing they got to do, Al?
Show up.
You got to be present and accounted for. What's the second thing?
Be yourself.
You be you, your authentic self, because nobody likes fake people. Not a good look. What's number 3?
Pay attention.
You got to do some active listening. You got to know what's going on. You don't want to stare into somebody's eyes and nod your head thinking about what you got to say next. Pay attention. And now that the recap's done, I think the 4th one's the most important. What do you think, Al?
Oh yeah, there's no point in doing all 3 if you don't do the 4th.
That's right. So why is the 4th so important now?
Because the fortune's in the FU.
What do you mean?
Fortune's in the follow-up.
That's right. Follow up. Don't have a conversation with somebody, take their business card, and then do nothing. Follow up. Speaking of following up, if you guys would like to hear more networking tips from Al and myself, comment more or yes, please underneath this video. And Al, what are we going to do after they make that comment?
Follow up.
Haha, that's right. See you guys later. All right. I'll be breaking down the Core 4 1 week at a time. Week 1, show up. Why simply being present can open doors to success. Week 2, be yourself. Authenticity is the key to forming genuine connections. Week 3, pay attention. The importance of active listening and being fully engaged with others. And then week 4, follow up. How to maintain and grow relationships beyond the first meeting. What's the most significant networking hurdle that you've faced and how'd you tackle it? Or are you still working on it even? If you are, please share. Please share your biggest networking challenges and how you've addressed them in the comments below. And like I said, if you're still working on it, let us know that too. We can help. In addition to exploring the Core 4 of networking, this segment will also showcase local members of the networking organizations that I'm affiliated with, as well as other businesses and professionals in my network. I'll also provide insights on local networking events that I attend. All right. So this Monday is week 3. So tonight's topic will be pay attention, the importance of active listening and being fully engaged with others. In a world full of noise and distractions, real connections start with one simple shift: listening to connect, not just to respond like most people do. Today, I'll share practical tips and a simple exercise that you can use at your next networking event to stand out and leave a lasting impression. Let's dive in. Listening to connect, not just to respond. Like I said, many people listen just long enough to jump in with their own story or pitch or what they're trying to say. So true connection actually happens when you listen with the intention of understanding, not just waiting for your turn to talk. All right. So you want to listen with intention, the intention that you want to understand what the other person is saying to you. All right. That's huge. Let me give you an example. So imagine you're at a networking event and someone's telling you all about their business. All right. You're nodding along, but instead of really hearing them and listening, you're mentally rehearsing your elevator pitch. And then when they finish, you dive into your spiel, only to realize you missed a golden opportunity to connect on a shared interest that they had just mentioned. Ouch. You don't want to do that. That's horrible. I'm going to give you a pro tip. Try using the 2-second rule, after someone finishes speaking. Just pause for 2 seconds before responding. It shows you're absorbing their words and not just waiting to talk. So again, the 2-second rule, you got to try that. All right. And then I'll give you an exercise, a practical exercise that you can do too. So at your next networking event, right? At the next networking event that you go to, challenge yourself. Challenge yourself to ask at least 2 follow-up questions before talking about yourself. So if you're having a conversation with someone that's telling you all this stuff, all this information, ask two follow-up questions about what you just heard, before saying anything about yourself. This not only deepens the conversation, but it makes you more memorable. After all, people love someone who makes them feel heard. So make them feel heard. There's nothing wrong with that. When you shift from hearing to actively listening, you unlock deeper connections and more meaningful connections and conversations. That's what we're here for, right? Remember, the goal isn't just to wait for your turn to talk. It's to understand, engage, and make others feel heard. So at your next networking event, try the 2-second rule and challenge yourself to ask 2 follow-up questions before you share. Simple, right? These are small shifts that can lead to big breakthroughs. I'm telling you, you need to try this. All right, so let me go ahead and before we end this segment, check out the comments we have here. Rosa, again, what we got, Rosa? You are paying attention. Thank you for paying attention. I appreciate that. I wonder who else is paying attention. Maybe we get some other comments up here. We'll see. That's it for today's networking success segment. Remember, the goal isn't to wait for your turn to talk. It's to truly understand, engage, and make people feel heard. Practice the 2-second rule and the 2 follow-up questions before sharing your own story. It's powerful. If you found value in this replay, make sure you stick with us for future episodes of Keeping It Real. And better yet, why don't you ask me something on, what you'd like to know or something like that. Give me a topic, something. All right. Next Monday is week 4. So the topic will be follow up, how to maintain and grow relationships beyond the first meeting. Until then, show up, be yourself, pay attention, and most of all, follow up and keep building the relationships that move your business forward. If you got a story to share and you want to be a guest on the show, reach out. I'd love to have you on. Seriously, let's do this. And if you catch me at a networking event, don't hesitate to pull me aside and let's make some on-camera magic happen. I can't promise you that I'm not going to ask you what the Core 4 network